Hi everyone, welcome to Book Talks with Miss Thomas. If you're new here, please subscribe, and if you're old like me, welcome back. I was tagged by the wonderful Jolene at Bookworm Adventure Girl to do the birthyear tag, and so that's what I'm doing today. I really appreciate Jolene for tagging me, and I love her channel. So if you want to hear about the year I was born, because I'm old, stay tuned. All right, so let me start off by telling you why I really appreciate Jolene and what a blessing this tag was. I mean, aside from the fact that Jolene is fantastic, she's just always nice. She's always so nice to me. I don't know why, but because she's tagged me in another video too, and I still have to do that one. I'm gonna do that one. But she has a fantastic channel. Aside from all that, I just have to tell you, I had a terrible day and I was like, and I thought, well, I'll watch BookTube. That always puts me in a good mood. And can I just say, have you ever had those days where you just don't wanna, right? So I woke up this morning and I lay in bed thinking, I don't wanna, don't make me, I don't wanna. And then I finally dragged myself out of bed, dragged myself into the shower, dragged myself to work, and I was drinking my coffee on the way to work, and I swear my clothes were clean when I put them on. But as soon as I pulled into the parking lot of my work, coffee down my shirt, of course, right? And I thought about changing my shirt, but then I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to leave it on. I'm going to show everybody on YouTube because coffee happens. So I don't know if you can tell. I don't know, maybe you can't tell because it was first thing in the morning, but that's just how my day started. So not in a good mood today. And then, I don't know, just frustrated today. And so I saw Jolene's video and I thought, oh, Jolene's so nice. She always puts me in a good mood. And then I saw I was tagged and I was like, wow, that was really nice of her. And her timing was perfect. So I'm going to do this like on the fly off the top of my head because I just saw her video like 5 minutes ago. And I wanted to do this one because I knew if I didn't do it right away, I would forget like her last tag. So I want to do this. And also I want to say, Jolene recommended a book called How the Penguins Saved Veronica. And I made a video about that book and it's going to post in April. It's been maybe one reason I woke up in a bad mood today is because it's just been a very crazy, busy time for me. I'm in grad school and that class I'm in for grad school is killing me. I'm, as you know, from my spiritual development video, I'm struggling with my Bible study right now. And I've just been very busy. At work, it's a busy season, a lot of things going on, good things, but a lot going on at work to keep me busy. And so it's just been a difficult time for me right now. And I haven't really even had a chance to watch as much BookTube as I would like, because I've been so busy otherwise. So it was so nice to just like, wow, people still care about me in BookTube, even though I'm in like my own little world right now. So it's going to be nice also at the end to tag some people that I feel like I've been neglecting. I haven't really watched their videos as much as I'd like lately, just because I've just been busy. I mean, like unreasonably busy. Otherwise I'd be watching and commenting and all that. But anyway, let me go through the questions on the tag. So I'm going by the screen here. So have you read any books published the year you were born? If so, what's your favorite and why? Now this is going to be interesting. Am I going to be able to, let me see. Oh, I do. I have it on another screen. So books from 1971, that's the year I was born. I'm 50. Do I look 50? No, Miss Thomas, you look 20. I'm just kidding. But anyway, books published in 1971. I did go over this list and I have read quite a few of them. So I will talk about some of them because it was kind of fun to look and see like, oh, wow, that was published in 71. That one too. So I'll talk about some of them. The Lorax was published in 1971. If you don't know, I had dyslexia. I still do, but it was very pronounced as a child. And so I still remember struggling with Dr. Seuss books. And so the Lorax, I don't specifically remember that one, but I definitely read everything by Dr. Seuss over and over, because when I first learned Dr. Seuss, I was like, oh, I know that word now. Go Ask Alice, I would definitely pick as my, you don't want to say favorite, because it's a tragic story about a girl who died of a drug overdose. But I remember that one pretty vividly because my siblings had drug addictions. I grew up around a lot of drug addiction. And so I could relate to that book. And I remember being really freaked out because Alice was trying to come clean and stay off drugs. And the mean drug people, they put drugs on the M&Ms while she was babysitting. And I remember that really scared me. I remember being sort of traumatized by that. But it's true. I can tell you, people who sometimes get into drugs, and when they try to give it up, the people who are on drugs sometimes try to bring them back down that rabbit hole. So, and I speak not from personal experience, but from the experience of loved ones and people that I know. So that one definitely, Go Ask Alice, had an impression on me. There's a Monster at the end of this book was published in 1971, and a very dear friend of mine had a birthday last year, and I bought her socks that said there's a monster at the end of this book, and I just love that book. I still have my copy. Well, I don't know if it's my copy. It was my children's copy, and I read that to them many, many times, and those were the two main ones that I wanted to mention. Books published in 1971, so... yeah, I'm gonna stop there and go to the next question. So my son's making a ton of noise upstairs. If you're hearing that, I'm sorry. He's probably playing basketball. He has one of those laundry hoops, and it's a hamper, and he's forever throwing his stuff in there, and it gets kind of noisy, but he loves basketball, and he's kind of good at basketball. Okay, so question number 2. Have you read any books that were published the year you turned 18? I believe, let me double check, but I believe Chicka Chicka Boom Boom was published the year I turned 18. And that one, not only do I love that book, but, and if you're like me and you're not great at math, the way to remember the year you turned 18 would be the year you probably graduated from high school. So, because I was like, well, what year was it when I turned 18? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I know. I was 18 when I graduated from high school. That might just be me. I can blame the dyslexia. And I'm pretty sure I saw Chicka Chicka Boom Boom in here. So I'm going to go with Chicka Chicka Boom Boom because I read that over and over to my children. And I read it so much. I know most of it by heart. Skit, scat, skiddle doo, flip, flop, flee. Everybody's running up the coconut tree. Sorry, it's been a while. Mamas and papas, uncles and aunts hug their dears and dust their pants, and I always did the little dust their pants. And so we love Chicka Chicka Boom Boom in my house. I like the rhythm of it. I'm going to stop there because you don't want to watch me look at my screen and go down memory lane. But I just wanted to have a few references there. Okay, next question from the tag. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I said, but the tag is from Olly's at Criminolly. I think that's right. Yeah, Olly from Criminolly, right? Sorry. I'm not familiar with Olly, but you can bet your bippy I'm going to go check out Olly right after I finish taping this. So, thank you for creating the tag, Olly, and thank you for being friends with Jolene. I saw that you had a comment, so I would imagine you two are friends, and she's fantastic. So I will be your friend. I will check you out next. Okay. Number 3. Of the last 10 books you read, how many were published before you were born? What were they? Okay. I should know this because it's March Madness or middle March. There's March Mystery Madness, and then there's middle grade March. And so I can tell you definitely from doing those videos, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe was published before I was born. I think Lois Duncan's Down a Dark Hall was published before I was born. Maybe The Great Gilly Hopkins by Patterson. That one I'm not sure about. Oh, I'm going to look at that. I'm going to look into that question, and I may come back and edit my video, but you don't want to sit here and watch me think. And I am doing this like on the fly because I'm crazy, crazy busy, and I'm thrilled to do it. I'm thrilled to be tagged, but I wanted to make sure I film this before I rush off to Bible study. Of the last 10 books, what were they? Do you prefer them to the newer books? Yes. Okay, to answer that question, I definitely prefer the middle grade books from back in my day. I definitely prefer those to the middle grade books that are coming out now. Now, thank you very much to a great many booktubers who are talking about new books. So like, there's one I'm doing for the middle grade March. I'm doing Pony. And that one I haven't read. I hope I really like it. And then I'm doing the Railway Children too. So for the Kindred Spirits Club by Kate Howe, I think. I'll put that on the screen. Like I say, they are all fantastic booktubers. I've just been so busy. I'm like in my own little work world right now. But those are two middle grade books that I look forward to. Although I think The Railway Children is actually written before I was born too. I think Pony was written recently. So I look forward to that one. You know, Percy Jackson is pretty good. That one's been written since I was born. But honestly, I began this channel trying to find good books out there that I could recommend to my students. And I got kind of disgusted. And so I made some videos on books I liked when I was younger. And then most of my videos have been books I like now as an adult. And I try not to publish videos about books that I would be embarrassed if my students knew I read. Now, I do teach high school, so I'm okay with like a student saying to me, "Oh, Miss Thomas, I saw your video and you know, you recommend a lot of Harlan Coben. I'm going to read some Harlan Coben." That's okay with me. I don't recommend books that are horrifically graphic, and if I do read a book that's like that, I sort of give a warning. You know, like a trigger warning for people, whether you're a student or an adult. But I think the average high schooler, I'm not embarrassed of telling my high school students what I read. So, but the young adult books, the young adult genre, I'm just not real thrilled with what I've seen. The Memory of Light I liked. That was a young adult genre book that I liked. But anyway, that wasn't even the question. I'm sorry. This is the bunny trail. But most of the books from the young adult genre I like were published before, like either before I was born or I read them when I was very young. I'm not thrilled with the recent stuff. Okay, let me do the next question here. I digress. So question number 4, I believe it's number 4. What are your favorite movies from the year you were born? And I will say, I can tell you, Brian's Song is the movie of the 2 football players. My husband loved the book Brian's Song, and so I bought the book and I actually got it autographed by the football player, the NFL football player. My husband would kill me if he saw this video because I don't remember the name of the football player. I think he was a Redskin. But I met him at the Football Hall of Fame. I actually paid. I didn't like run into him on the street. I paid to meet him, and I had Brian's Song autographed by him. So that's a movie that was published in 1971. Would they say published? I don't know if they would say published or premiered in 1971. And another one I have to say is Peter Cottontail. We watch Peter Cottontail every Easter as a family, and I just love that movie, Peter Cottontail. And my favorite scene from Peter Cottontail is when the Peter tries to give the egg to the witch, and she's upset. And Vincent Price, can I just say Vincent Price is in that movie, so that right there makes it like worth your time. But anyway, I love the scene when he's Irontail and he tries to convince this witch to scare Peter. And so Peter gives her an egg, and it's decorated for Halloween, and she's all happy, and she goes, "I'm gonna tell the whole weirdo community." I love that. And then you see all the little ghouls flying around on their brooms. I mean, I'm 50 years old and I still crack up every time I see the whole weirdo community. And that's like a joke in our house, right? Because I'm, I guess, a little odd. I don't think so, but my kids would say I was. And so, I'm part of that whole weirdo community kind of thing. And so I love that movie. And then the other movie from 1971 would be... Oh, I already said Brian's Song. Okay, so those are the two movies from 1971. And then favorite movies from the year I turned 18, which would be 1989, Karate Kid 2. It's not Karate Kid 1, or I would definitely, wax on, wax off. And I don't know if I've ever said this, but my son is a second-degree black belt, so I do have a thing for karate. But this one's Karate Kid 2. Roadhouse was, I guess, premiered in 1989, although I don't remember seeing that one. I've heard it's really great. No, Patrick Swayze, so, yummy to look at or whatever. I've never really seen that one, but maybe I will, because they'll probably get it free on Amazon. Weekend at Bernie's, I've seen that. That one's kind of funny. And Bill and Ted, right? Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. That one's great. And Mississippi Burning, I remember seeing. I'm not going to say, oh, I loved that movie because it's so disturbing and upsetting, but I definitely remembered it and I highly recommend it. But it's graphic and upsetting. And then Beaches, I would say, definitely Beaches is one that, everybody saw Beaches when it came out, and that was a beautiful film, Bette Midler, and did you ever know that you're my hero? So, what's not to like about the Beaches movie? Bring your tissues, though, if you're going to watch it. Okay, finally the good stuff. Now I'm going to tag. It says to tag a person for every year you were born. Every year you were born. Here all day. I don't even know if I know 50 booktubers, but how about if I tag somebody for every decade? I believe that's the prompt. So I am going to tag, I had said definitely Marilyn Maya Mendoza, because she put in the comments of Jolene's video, oh, I want to do this. So I said, I'll tag you, Marilyn, because Marilyn is fantastic. She's in Hawaii, and I watched quite a few of her videos, but one I liked was she was going to resell some books. And I'm such a sucker for used books and Goodwill book hauls anyway. I hate to say this, I don't like to pay full price for books. I try to get them at Goodwill or at a swap or the library. I just think it's so nice to have a pre-loved book. So I liked that video that Marilyn did. So I'm going to tag you, Marilyn. Aloha. And my dear old friend, Shelley Swearingen. I have not been watching Shelley's videos and commenting nearly as much as I wish I could. I've just been so busy. But Shelley is such a bright, shiny day, a bright, shiny spot to put in your otherwise dreary day. She's just a beautiful person. She's so lovely and so just exuberant. It's so nice to see her, just her joy and her enthusiasm and her energy for books. So definitely I want to tag Shelley and say, I miss you, Shelley. Hi. And Bill Rutenberg of Rutenberg Reads. Bill was one of my very first friends on YouTube, Booktube. He saw one of my videos and he mentioned me in one of his videos. And if it weren't for that, I wouldn't have met hardly any of these other people. And he's just such a great guy. And I like Bill Rutenberg too, because like me, he's a teacher. And like me, he had some difficulties in his childhood. We have different childhoods, and I definitely admire when he talks about some of the things that he has risen up from in his childhood, and it encourages me, and I'm sure it's an encouragement to his students as well. And so I definitely want to tag Bill Rutenberg and again say, like Shelley, I miss you, Bill. I just haven't been, as involved in the Booktube community as I would like, but you guys are all in my hearts. I've just been busy. And then I also want to tag Ariane at Book Zealots. Ariane's another one that She recommended a book called The Noticer, and I did read it and I did love it. And actually, I was just talking to somebody about it today, about just how inspiring and lovely it was. And I have a video coming out in April on a book recommended by Ariane, and Ariane made me read it video, and a Jolene made me read it video. So that's another project that I'm in the middle of. So I'm going to tag you, Ariane, at Book Zealots. And if you don't want to do the video, then just give it to that son of yours, because that's what sons are for, right? I don't want to do it, you do it. Oh gosh, if I tried saying that to my kids, it would not fly. So I'm just kidding. And then I want to tag David Wiley, because David Wiley and Shelley Swearingen ran a book club together called the Eclectic Book Club, and it was such a wonderful, positive experience. Again, I just got really busy and lost track of the Eclectic Book Club, but David made an announcement that, you know, he's been very busy and he's been getting away from the things about books that he enjoys, and so he needed to take a break from the Eclectic Book Club and just get back into what he remembers loving so much about reading, and I could absolutely relate. That resonated with me. I love Booktube, I love YouTube, but I just sometimes I have to go and reel it in and say, you know what? I started this channel because I love students and I love books, and you know, I just have to step back sometimes and not go into other things. I have to remain focused and on the things that started me in my love for Booktube, and that's books that I can recommend ideally to students and other people who love books and just enjoy books. And I like especially mysteries. So I don't know, when David said that he needed to focus on what he enjoyed about reading and sort of take a break from all the other responsibilities, it really resonated with me. So I'm thinking of you, Dave. I tag you. And also want to tag, these are bonus, those are 5. I have to I have to tag Sandy at Miss Reads a lot because I just miss her. She's another one. Okay, Sandy, if you don't want to be tagged, or somebody here pretend you weren't tagged, because I'm naming 7. I'm not 70. I promise I'm not 70. But Sandy at Miss Reads a lot. I just need to say I miss you. Hello. And Krista at Books and Jams. I don't even know if she watches my videos. She's much bigger in Booktube than I am, but I've started watching her videos because she's a middle grade March person, and I just really enjoy her videos. It looks like she's a Christian too, and she has a heart for young adults, and it seems like she's going through a difficult time right now. So Krista at Books and Jams, you're in my thoughts and prayers, and if you want to be tagged too, I hope you'll join the fun. Okay, well, I don't even know if I answered all these questions. I just sort of like went off my Kindle and, you know, I wrote down the names of the booktubers because I want to make sure I get all the booktubers tagged that I want to mention. And that's it. It turned out to be a lot longer than I thought. I'm going to have to edit, I suppose. And I apologize for what sounds like a herd of elephants up there. I'm thinking my son is playing indoor basketball, which he probably shouldn't. And you know what? Since I'm 50 years old, I'm going to say, kids these days, and go up and tell him, cut it out. I wouldn't do that. I love my kids. But anyway, that's it for now. Thank you so, so much for making my day, Jolene, and tagging me. Bye for now.